I realized recently that I stopped using YouTube when the other social media platforms started rewarding shorter and shorter content. And the funny thing about that is I've never been short-winded. I struggle to make my videos a minute or less on those other platforms. But you know what? I like the recording tools, especially TikTok. It's so simple. This is a little bit more of a struggle doing it this way, but I digress. So for those of you who don't know me, I am Eden, and I own a crystal shop here in Salem, New Jersey called A Moment of Zen. And over the years that I've been running this shop, my perspective on everything has shifted a lot. I had a pretty open-minded perspective to begin with. I'm not your typical new agey, dogmatic, following the rules kind of shop owner. No, I'm the why girl. I ask 1,000,001 questions and find answers that satisfy that but why and how questioning. So that being said, you're not going to find those magic fixes here, like, oh, you want love, carry rose quartz. Oh, you need more money, here's some pyrite. Because that's not really how it works. It's much deeper than that. And so I approach things from a grounded perspective, so that when you do come into my shop or you are working with your crystals, you feel like you're actually making some progress instead of just wishful thinking. And look, there's nothing wrong with wishful thinking. That's a step along the way, but we're going beyond that step. I want to say it's also less performance and more honesty. And what do I mean by less performance? I mean less doing of the things that you think you have to do because this is the way so many other people are presenting it. And the honesty part is, but how does this work for me? A great example is cleansing your stones, or almost everyone will say you have to cleanse your stones, where I'm like, no, you don't. And I explain why. So bringing it back to the honesty part is, do you have to do that? Well, how does it feel for you? What's the idea of cleaning your stones feel like to you? If you feel like you need to do it, then do it. But I'm here to tell you that if you don't do it, doesn't mean that something's going to go wrong, because it's all about your perspective and what works for you. So I think this channel is going to become a place where we can have these conversations, so I don't have to distill everything down into like a 45-second clip. And we'll talk about all sorts of things. We'll talk about crystals. We'll talk about energy. We'll talk about healing. We'll talk about stress. We'll talk about nervous systems. And we'll talk about just life in general, both my personal life, because I tell stories best when I use my own experience, and just life in general and what it's like just to be a human on this planet trying to figure it out. So that being said, welcome to my little corner of the internet. I'm glad you're here.